Hope the roads aren't too slick. It's been kind of greasy the last couple days, which of course is hell in a handbasket on a 160 horsepower motorcycle. So this should be interesting. Oh, and it's really freaking dark out. I don't think the moon is anywhere to be seen. So, there we go. Luckily it's just kind of a misty rain, so I'm not getting a sopping wet ass from the start. Ride with the brights on just to be safe. And I sure as hell am not taking the back roads. This time of night, the freeway should be pretty empty. But we'll see. I think just to be extra safe, I'll put it in urban mode. One of the dangerous parts of living out on the East Coast is when it gets just a little bit drizzly like this after it hasn't rained. That's urban mode. Still got plenty of balls. All it does is smooth out the throttle inputs. You could still do full speed in urban mode. It'll just take you there smoother. Oh, it's not too cold. 62 degrees out. Which is odd because it's both raining and nighttime. This morning at about 8:30, it's like 50 degrees out. It's freezing balls on the way to work. So one of the nice things about Baltimore is you don't see a lot of cops in the nicer areas because they've got better things to do than chase speeders. You'll occasionally see people pulled over, but they've got speed cameras for that. Speed cameras are really friggin' obnoxious too. You notice traffic slowing way down up ahead, it's usually a damn speed camera slowing the speed limit down to 50 miles per hour. Most speed limits out here are 60 on the freeway, at least around the Beltway loop that goes around Baltimore, 695. So you got a bunch of people that are going 70, 80 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden slam on their brakes or the speed camera. Well, this is actually the leather jacket I got back in 2007 when I got the 1098. It faded really badly from multiple rainstorms that I'd ridden through. One time was a day trip from Dallas, Texas up to Toledo, Ohio, overnight in a huge rainstorm. It was like 50-foot visibility at times. I was wearing frog togs, but those exploded at some point halfway through the trip. I didn't realize it until my armpits started getting wet around Indianapolis. Of course, a 150-ish jaunt in Illinois didn't help. I don't think those baggy frog togs are designed for 100 plus mile an hour speeds in the middle of the night. So anyway, this Ducati jacket, it's a little bit thin, but it has all the same padding as my other Ducati jacket. It's like a really thick cowhide. And from all the rain, it originally started out gray and gradually faded to this kind of nasty looking brown and gray streak. Like the original brown leather just had to die, gradually fade from the sun and rain. So I bought some Thiebing's leather dye and dyed it at the same time that I did the seat this past, it was like a week and a half ago for the weekend on my birthday with my dad. Should have recorded that as well, but I'm probably going to end up re-dyeing it. The Thiebing's dye that I bought left kind of a like, if you've ever used Sharpie on a pair of tennis shoes or anything, it has kind of this metallic sheen to it. Well, this dye left kind of a slight copper metallic sheen on the surface of the leather. It's kind of strange, but for the most part it's just flat black. But if you look at it closely, you can notice the shininess. So this older Thiebing's black leather oil dye, I think is what it was called, that my dad had from like the 70s, that was just flat black. We actually ran out. We bought one of the small bottles of dye that was supposed to be enough to do like 2 jackets, but I think this old perforated leather jacket I'm wearing was too dry, and the perforations also, I mean, that causes more surface area because it goes down into the holes and gets absorbed by the liner and stuff. So we ended up using about a bottle and a quarter. So next time I do this, I'm gonna get a big bottle to make sure I don't run out. So I'll probably do a video of that whenever I get around to redoing it. It's not super high on the priority list. When I can get a new digital camera and a shop light, I'm going to finally get around to doing the chain adjustment video. Because everything on the Diavel is black on black on black, I tried getting video of the swing arm adjustment for the chain, and it's not bright enough. I mean, I'd have to be out in the sun, and even then I would have to do some white balance adjustment on the video to get it so that people could actually see what the heck is going on. So planning on buying a new camera and probably a shop light, just something simple. Or I might see if my LED flashlights can do it. If I get enough of them shining directly on what I'm working on. So we'll see with that. But it's nothing too complicated. You just undo the pinch bolts. You don't even need to remove them. You just loosen them up. And I think the manual says you're supposed to top out the shock. And that's probably to put the chain at maximum slack. But I don't know, I'll probably try it on both when I do the video. Put the bike on the rear stand and on the side stand, see if there's a difference in adjustment before I actually undo the pinch bolts. Because when you tighten the pinch bolts after adjusting the chain, it actually tightens up the chain a hair, because it moves the eccentric hub in the swing arm a little bit. So I'll probably do that this weekend or sometime later. No, it's gonna have to be this weekend because I gotta buy the camera. Might be the following weekend because I gotta get it from Amazon. It's like 40 bucks cheaper from Amazon versus Best Buy, which is pretty much what I do anytime I go to buy electronic stuff nowadays. I've got an Amazon Prime membership, which basically has a deal like Netflix, except it's all Amazon movies. And anytime I walk in and looking at anything, even just a little slip cover for my phone, right there in the store, I'll pull out my iPhone and look up Amazon and see what the price is. A lot of times you'll get shit for up to half off. It's amazing. Cables especially. I mean, I know of some sites where you can get cables for just a couple dollars, but in general, Best Buy does not price slash much at all. So, home safe and sound, and urban mode is great for the rain.